Brodes Media.
This is who they are. This is what they do. They fail when they have runners in scoring position with one out, with no outs. They have Taijuan Walker still, who unfortunately for him had the second inning, and you can't run away from that second inning no matter what else transpired. It was ridiculous to see him give up 6, and, well, the double play ball could have got him out of it, but he threw it into center field. So what are you going to do? The bottom of your lineup stinks. Trey Turner is now hitting .236 on the season. JT Realmuto now hitting .222. And Bryce Harper hitting .246. And speaking of JT Realmuto, when he almost hit a home run to make this a ball game again, but it was a couple inches foul, he got rung up on a pitch that was so disgusting, you would think any manager would lose their damn mind because of it. Sometimes I think fans ask for managers to kick over trash cans and to kick dirt on umps maybe a little too frequently for my liking. You have to be very methodical when you do it. That is the most glaringly obvious spot to do something to try and inspire your team. And even if it doesn't really play out for this particular game, it makes the energy shift a little bit with your group that could maybe even roll into tomorrow. Just fire. And clearly the team lacks it. So I'm very disappointed in Rob, who I've been giving a ton of credit to because I think he's been doing a pretty good job of showing urgency lately. And that was prototypical 101. You cannot fuck my player up like that. You can't fuck our team over like that. It should have been more base runners on with a chance to see if we can maybe make magic happen. Now, truth be told, they probably wouldn't. Truth be told, they are a disaster at the plate and they leave so much meat on the bones it makes me sick. So they probably would have failed. But who knows? Maybe you get lucky. Who knows? Maybe you get a timely hit. Who knows? All I know is the guy behind the dish, he can't be the one to screw us over. It's got to be the one in the box. I can put my head down at night knowing at least, hey, you failed because your guys suck. You didn't fail because the guy behind the plate sucks. I guess I'm pissed off either way. But you get my point. It's the technicality of it that matters to me. It's the principle. So do you want to walk through the disaster? Okay. Again, it's nothing new with this group, but here's where it stung the most. And you could actually hear the ballpark deflate in the fourth inning. You're down 6-3. I got 3 key moments to really, really focus on. And I guess the fourth would be how devastated I am in Rob Thompson not freaking out when JT struck out, and I'll use air quotes. That pitch was 8 feet off the plate. I mean, that's pathetic. You should lose your job and go to jail when you have a missed call that badly. Jail. For probably a good 18 years where you can't see your family or eat. And you see how long you survive because you're that terrible at what you do. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. I'm just telling you how I feel about it. And if I did make the rules, that would be the rule. Just saying. 6-3 in the fourth. Second and third, no outs. And Alec Boehm finally did something nice where he ropes one to the wall and gets a double. So you got second and third, no outs. Rojas might be worse than Marsh at the plate. I'm going to say it again, and I want it to sink into your bone marrow so you truly understand how awful Johan Rojas is offensively. And his defense does not outweigh this, by the way. I want to be very clear. But Brandon Marsh might actually be better than Johan Rojas is at the plate. So you have Rojas, you have Stott, and Stott's not a threat at the top of the lineup. Knowing how pathetic the bottom of the lineup is, when you finally turn it over, I got to be honest, I would love for the threat to be Kyle Schwarber, but the problem is you paid someone like Nick Castellanos to be a right-handed bat to protect Bryce, and he can't really do his job enough. Sorry, it's just the truth, or else it would be an obvious position to be in where Nick is glued to right behind Bryce Harper, but he's not because he just hasn't lived up to that standard. And listen, Nick is the farthest from the problem compared to everybody else so far this season, but big picture, he clearly isn't an automatic, or else you wouldn't be throwing Kyle Schwarber behind Bryce Harper at times. It just is what it is. But this is the snowball effect that happens. Trey hitting 240-something. That's now moving him out of the leadoff spot. So now Stott's up there. He's not a threat when the bottom of your order struggles as badly as they do, and it finally flips over. So it's stinging. It truly is. So, you got Rojas, you got Stott, then you got Trey first pitch swinging with a little diddly-dinky-do that goes right back to the pitcher's mound, and you don't score any runs. You needed to get to make it 6-5. Hell, you needed more than that, if I'm being honest. But I would have taken a couple of runs just to get the mojo back. That Taijuan Walker inning was so deadly and so bad that if you could get life out of the fans again, get them cheering, have them standing on their feet, have them getting excited, then maybe you can ride that wave of momentum to see if you can continue a good stretch of offense. But the second you flop, the entire ballpark fell flat. And I don't blame the fans whatsoever. Your job is to give them something to cheer about. Your job is to keep squaring up the baseball so we can actually have something to be excited about in that ballpark. It's unbelievable, man. I mean, I was sitting there on my couch going, look at that. Look at that. Look at all the fans in the stands. Eating a hot dog, having some water ice, slamming down some Chickies and Pete's. Devastated that this is the product they're getting when they clearly needed some rejuvenation after they actually started the game off in the first inning applying runs. But let's get to my next point here that really hurt this team. That first inning. Alec Boehm had so many curveballs to nuke, and he didn't nuke them, and that screwed everything up. 3-0. You know how much better it feels if it was 5? If it was 6? If you kept applying pressure? Now, I know eventually when you score a crooked number or so, you're going to make a third out. But the amount of hittable pitches that Alec Boehm fouled back or straight up missed with a breaking pitch that caught a huge portion of the plate, that's what you get paid to do. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not tipping my cap to what the Giants were throwing their way and how they were able to pitch so well. This is a Phillies problem more than it is every single team they face just have this excellent pitching staff that mows you down. It's a joke. It's a flat-out joke. So, boom. You really hurt this team in that first inning to not even pour on more runs. Now, ultimately, if Taijuan is going to screw up and miss out on a standard double play and allow, home runs and the ball was getting tattooed, that second inning was the 10 ERA Taijuan. That was the Taijuan that doesn't give your chance a team to win. And unfortunately for him, I thought he was better in every other inning, but that inning was so drastic. That inning was so bad that he didn't give your team a chance to win. And that's what his job is. So that second inning was that detrimental. Who knows? Maybe if Boehm did score, it still would have been pissed away. But 6-5 is a lot different than 6-3. They probably would have sucked anyway. I know. I'm not feeling great and positive about this group, but it's always about the principle. So we brought up the fourth, we brought up the first, and then in the sixth, Kepler on third, 1 out in a 6-4 game. You got Rojas and Stott. Before you know it, the next half inning, Giants hit a home run. It's now a 4-run game. You don't do your job. The Giants do their job. And by the end of it, they're putting up double digits in your ballpark, game 1, to set the tone in a 4-game stretch. Giants are good. Phillies right now are in such a bad vibe spot. And something needs to change. And that's why I was very disappointed that Rob didn't show any fire. I know that's not his MO. I know that's not what he does. I know that's not his organic self. But I think that's why it can work.